Alright, Gatos. I hate to go into Charlotte Dobray territory. But I am always scouring the internet to bring you the spiciest and hottest of tea. And a story popped off on the internet that I have to bring you. I have to be you. Like, it is some piping hot tea. And I hope you enjoy this one. 6 on Boston shoes, exactly. Everybody enjoys other people's drama. We can all just grab our popcorn and enjoy. Don't enjoy it when it's focused on us. But this gato found some tea. It's in relation to one of the... I don't even know if I call this a genre. But it seems you humans, especially of the identify as female variety, go insane and lose semblance of rational thought when you become a bride. And you become what is called a bridezilla. Bridezillas, I did not realize how deep the rabbit hole of bridezillas went. But there are mountains of stories of bridezillas. And this cat found a smoking hot gem of a bridezilla story. I want to share it with you guys. Oh lord, oh lord. Yes, cheesy bread cat, you who is engaged. Buckle up, buckle up. Do not. My ex was a bridezilla. Oh boy, oh boy. I worked at David's Bridal, but oh, I could tell you things. Exactly, cheesy bread cat. Exactly. They are. I don't know what it is about, your princess of a day scenario, but some ladies lose their freaking minds. And Reddit has one of the best bridezilla stories I have ever heard. A bride made profit on a bachelorette trip. Yep, Cheesy Bread Cat has PTSD from working at David's Bridal. That's right. That's right. A bridezilla apparently made profit. Now, there's only one way you can make profit or make money. You know, the exchange of goods and or services. So, trigger warning, financial exploitation, controlling behavior, theft, fraud, manipulation, mentions of mental health issues, and body image insecurity. Okay. I miss the days when bridesmaids were treated like people and not stage props. My future sister-in-law is getting married, sort of, and I, by default, am a bridesmaid. She didn't give us options for the dress. She picked it out and told us which one we'd be wearing. The dress is a strapless backless, thigh slit and halter neck. I am a larger girl, triple D chest. Whoa, that's some booba. And I should explain why I don't wear backless or halter style dresses. Yeah, that's a lot of booba to wear in a dress like that. Like, what are you doing at that point? You are like you would have to like duct tape your boobs at that point, because if it's backless, what's gonna support those huge jubbies? Like, that is big. That is big. It means I can't wear any form of supportive bra and virtually no shapewear. Yes, because it's completely backless. I can put it underneath, Only bras that work are the sticky tape type and do not hold me up in the least. I once met a girl who had to actually duct tape her boobs. Like, pulled out an actual roll of duct tape and duct tape them in place on her body. And that was her bra. Because, like, it was like, what, her outfit kind of like slipped to the side for a little bit. And I was like, was that duct tape? Did I just see duct tape on your body? And they're like, yeah, that's the only thing that works. Big booba with strapless and backless is a nightmare. Bubbly breasts everywhere with them. Exactly, cheesy bread. You do not feel secured or contained. I tried the dress on. My chest is spilling out the sides, back rolls, and on full blast, and I am popping out of everywhere. Which way? I'm so uncomfortable. I basically told the bride, sorry, I know this is your big day, but there's no way I'm wearing this dress. My body shape is different from the rest of the bridal party, and I can't justify wearing it. I told her, fine. If I can simply modify it or be more conservative in the back of the chest. She declined and told me, just be more confident in myself, because all dresses must match for the photos. So right away, the bride is saying, no, you shall wear this dress that is not going to work for your body type. I have no bloody confidence issues. There are plenty of styles that suit my figure. It just so happens that this dress was not made for a larger woman and does not look appropriate on my body. I want to drop out of this wedding, but my family insists I stay in because it's my sister-in-law and I would ruin their wedding and their relationship. I don't get why I should have to be paraded around in front of my entire family, extended family, friends and colleagues, neighbors in an outfit that makes me uncomfortable. It's just getting ridiculous. Brides, please have enough tact to make sure your girls are comfortable in their days. We're humans, not props. I can understand where the bride is coming from, but the future bride, you gotta make sure folks are comfortable because they're basically on stage with the rest of us. True. That's where you invent a new COVID strain that you just caught. That's a good one. Okay, so people ask questions and comments. I'm gonna jump ahead to the update. Update. First of all, thank you all for so much support. I appreciate your helpful advice and suggestions. On that note, I decided to stay in the wedding and avoid my mother to an earlier grave. However, I also decided that I'm wearing the shit out of this dress. Good for you. And making sure the center of attention is not on the lovely bride. I tried to resolve the issue, and with class, it was shot down. I feel I've earned the right to be petty. Ooh, she's going full petty. She's going full petty. I'm going to order some really specific shapewear to be concealed under the material of the dress. Kudos for sending suggestions. I was going to go full-on side boob. I'm going to be going on full-on side boob, full shimmer, and added exposed back, full body and legs and thighs on the slit. I'm doing an updo and hair and everything. Nothing is getting away for this dress. I am wearing the shawl. I will be wearing a shawl for everything else, but trust me, the ceremony, I will be looking like Salma Hayek in Dust Till Dawn. Damn. This is some spicy pettiness. Just like, she's like, fine. I'm gonna put my body out there. I'm gonna make sure my body's so hot and so sexy no one's gonna pay attention to you because I've got triple D's. Damn, that is confidence. That is confidence. Let's see what she thinks about body confidence. After let's see what she says about body confidence. If anyone's curious, I'll most likely be back in May. Okay. Oh, and then there was a Renegade Booba. Yes, we love us some Booba. As much Renegade Booba feels even more awesome. Um, there was another update. So much tea. I'm glad to spell it on the Reddit community into my family. So about 6 months ago, the bride planned to have her destination bachelorette trip and charged each of the girls $650 for an Airbnb. I was really salty about the high cost of because my sister-in-law sucked it up. I sucked because it's my sister-in-law. I sucked it up and I paid it. I paid it. I also was suspicious about the high as fuck price, so I didn't cross-check the Airbnb listing. And turns out she wanted a $2,300 a night beachfront house. Okay, let's start to do some math here. So you're telling me for one night or for multiple nights of a bachelorette, you're paying $650. This is before you factor in any food, drinks. Like it's already a destination weddings are expensive, but a destination bachelorette. So on top of having, the costs of a wedding, she probably had to buy just a cool 4090 every night. Exactly, Chunky. You could buy a 4090 every night you're staying there and be able to keep the 4090. So she's got a fancy Airbnb. You're out the money for probably the bridal dress. You most likely are going to have to pay for hair and makeup. And now there's this bachelorette on the side. You're probably looking like $1,000 or more to attend this wedding. And it's not your wedding. Like, that hurts. That's not cool. Alright, let me do this. Well, today I was chatting about wedding stuff. My brother, who is marrying the future sister-in-law, said something along the lines of, royal relief, her dad paid for the Airbnb because that would have been so expensive for your group. I about choked. I said, hey, are you sure about that? Because 11 girls paid $650 for the house alone. Maybe run it by her. His face turned purple, so I take it he had no idea. Ooh. Okay, so your brother, aka the groom, fiance, leaked that this bachelorette had been paid for by the bride's father. Therefore, that's $650 that all 11... Also, that's a huge bridal party. 11 girls shelling out $650? What is that? What is that? Let me pull out a calculator. We do math on this channel. We're not afraid of math, so... 11 times... sorry, delete. 11 times 650... Nope, that's 11 times 11 times 650. 11 times 650 equals 7150. So she got over 7K from her bridal party. And mysteriously, the bill was paid. I don't even have that many IRL friends. Like, why do you need 11? That's stupid. That's a stupid number. To add to the greed going on here, when I got married, I flew her out, paid for her accommodations, paid for her hair and makeup, paid for her bridal maid's dress, and paid for transportation because she was going through a hard time. Now she has the balls to steal from me? Yes, this seems like a debate. I get that weddings are expensive, but I don't have one if it requires stealing from your bridesmaids. I'm assuming I'm the only bridesmaid who is aware of what's going on here. Not sure if I should spill it to the group or just let it go. There's a chance her dad stepped in and paid for it after the fact, and she just chose not to refund us. I am not clear on the exact situation and wanted to avoid embarrassing my brother. Okay, this is a nice sister. This is a nice sister because the sister's giving the bride the opportunity to come clean herself. Save that money and use it on your honeymoon, for fuck's sake. For real, for real. Yes. Neither does this bride if she's ripping it off. This bride, oof. Oof. Now another update. Thanks for all the advice and support. Yes, I agree with most of you saying I am morally obligated to spill the beans because $650 is not child's play. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to my brother and give him the chance to clear it up with sister-in-law before I make a scene. I want to understand what's really going on. For example, did daddy pay for the trip, but sister-in-law decided to put that money towards a different wedding expense? Things like that. The answer will determine when or how I will tell the rest of the bridesmaids. I'm going to give my brother only 1 to 2 days because this trip is literally next week. Oof. Oof. Stay tuned for update number 2. Update number 2. Alright. I regrouped with my brother. My mom also stepped in, bypassed my brother, and got some more info from her dad. Here's the tea. Future sister-in-law dad did not offer to cover the cost until a few months after we all paid for the trip. This was after he found out that about the cost and was pissed that she chose a $2,300 a night house and asked us to pay. Apparently, he threatened not to pay for the wedding if she added more expenses onto the wedding party. Turns out, she originally wanted it all at Midvale's, and he forbid her. Or Midvise? I have no idea where that is, but I'm assuming it's very expensive. According to my mom, who chatted with him directly, he felt embarrassed when he heard about the Airbnb price and wanted to save face with my side of the family, so he gave sister-in-law about $7,000 to cover the cost of the house. She was supposed to refund us, but obviously that never happened. Oof. Oof. The background is crazy. What's up, Bulldog? What's up? I have to try to compete with Morg Pie and the rest of the hot tub streamers, so I'm trying to add content that you guys like. But right now I'm reading a best of Reddit Bridezilla, who took $7,000 from her bridal party and was supposed to refund it to the bridal party because her father covered that bill, and she didn't. She didn't. This is where it gets good. This is where it gets good. So my mom went total FBI and learned that in addition to not paying us, sister-in-law did not put the money towards a different wedding expense. She doesn't have it. So where did it go? Where did she spend it on? There currently is a full-blown investigation going down our two families right now. I have been asked by my mom not to alert the bridesmaid just yet until we get the last bits of info and come to a resolution with both the sister-in-law and her dad, but we will tell them one way or another. I will come back with another update. Crazy. Oof, oof, oof. It gets even spicier. It gets even spicier. The plot thickens. So all the drama is unfolding. The maid of honor, who doesn't know what's going on yet, is continuing her duties. We all get a 4-paragraph from her telling her that the dress code for each night of the bachelorette per the bride's orders. Keep in mind that the bride is asking us to go out and get new outfits for each night and each trip, and the themes are wild. Animal print Thursday, fox fur Friday, sparkle dress Saturday, and Barbie brunch Sunday. What? So on top of paying $650 to go to this bachelorette, not most likely also costing your flight since it's a destination. You're expected to have an outfit for every night, which sounds expensive because if you don't already have those things, you gotta go buy them. And she's expecting you to go party with her every one of those nights with most likely a bar tab and a food tab. Like, whoever this bride is a bad person. Exactly, cheesy bread. Like, she's expecting you to make her life a priority and make her have a banger. She needs a harsh reality check. True, she's a bad cat. True. As if we're all going to go out 1 week before the trip. Thankfully, the bridesmaids seems to be waking up to the BS. Several of them wrote back saying, "We weren't able to pull together such outfits in the time," and no one has flat out said, "That's not going to happen." But that's just a side story to the absolute shit show that is unfolding. My mom is very involved now, and she has a decent chunk of this wedding as well, and does not like that the bride is throwing around thousands of dollars from her dad as well as lying to the bridal party. She is setting up a meeting directly with my sister-in-law to cut out the BS and explain what's going on, and she told the sister-in-law she's going to inform the bridesmaids herself unless she gets a valid answer. At this point, I'm just shoveling down popcorn waiting for the events to unfold. Ooh, Mama enters the frame, and Mama is one angry grizzly. I'll be back for another update. Update number 4. All of this for one silly day. This is mind-bending madness. Mind-bending madness. Update number 4. A swan ice sculpture. She used $7,000 to book a swan ice-shaped sculpture to be displayed at the reception and didn't tell anyone. This is beyond stupid in my opinion. $7,000 for a decoration that will last one evening. 3 4090s. 3. And maybe a CPU. That is insane. Wonder where all the money is from. Sus. Exactly, Cheesy Bread God. Exactly. Turns out her dad banned her from adding more extras to the wedding design because it was getting so expensive and unnecessary. When he warned her, when he Venmo'd her for the Airbnb, she thought she was going to be sneaky and kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. Oh god, that poor brother. He only found out that her dad decided to cover the Airbnb because those two went out for cigars one night and it came up. So that mystery solved thanks to my FBI crew. But now the real question is, where's my $650 now? And how am I going to get it? How am I going to break this to the rest of the bridesmaids? Out of the kindness of her soul, my mom is giving my sister-in-law 24 hours to confess to the bridesmaids and figure out how to pay us back our money. Because, you know, I did not spend $650 on some damn ice. I have kids to feed. She's got kids? I have bills to pay. Ugh. It's taking everything in me not to text the bridesmaid group right now, but my mom is trying to give my sister-in-law one opportunity to do the right thing. This has been a roller coaster, and I don't know if anyone here is still interested, but I'll let you know how the final outcome comes with the bridesmaid in the last update. Lord have mercy. I would have stopped participating in this wedding ASAP. If I heard that bride took my $650 hard-earned dollars to buy a freaking ice sculpture. I would demand my money back, and I would not be attending that wedding. I don't I don't have confidence that anybody is getting their money back, but this will have severed a bridge, in my opinion. There's another update, and it gets even spicier, Gatos. It gets even spicier. Venmo with tip for real, for real. Yeah, Venmo does have a high processing fee. That definitely hurts to send 7K over. Okay, as promised, here's the latest tea. Severely boiling hot. This is a long update, and I'm going to try to get everything in. First, let's start with the bride's explanation to her family, myself, my mom, my brother, her fiance, and her dad. She broke down crying, saying that the wedding plan has been getting to her head, and she's been crushed under the pressure of having the perfect wedding, which she felt she could not go without this alleged ice swan. Now, you cannot, claim victim. Like, everybody peer pressured you into having an ice swan. It's a stupid idea, and you wanted it. No one's buying that BS. I didn't buy her sob story. After this whole incident, I think she is delusional, controlling, attention-starring Bridezilla, who is using this wedding story as a way to compete with other girls on Instagram. By the way, her job is... Of course, her job is influencer, and sorry for not mentioning that. Your wedding is not a business expense, and it is not a tax write-off as an influencer. I'm sorry. Well, the brother is marrying this thing. I hope that dude wakes up. There's a lot of red flags coming up here. If I was that mother and the potential mother-in-law, I would not be happy about this girl. You're giving her chances, and if she doesn't prove right, I would be like, son, please reconsider marrying this woman. Alright, my brother took the bait, to be honest. I don't even blame him. This is his future wife, and he said he wants to help her with her mental health and get back into a good place. He is disturbed by the situation and will continue to support her. The wedding is on for those who are curious. Oh man, bro is down bad. Bro's down bad. I bet you she's attractive, but bro, do you want to really hitch your wagon? At this point, if she's a quote-unquote influencer and she has a platform, if she has significant followers, then you fund her wedding with a freaking OnlyFans, man. I'm sorry, you should not be making your bridesmaid pay your influencer expenses. Alright, next, getting into the matter of the 7K and whether we're getting our money back. That said, the gut-wrenching answer is probably not. That's what I suspected. They're most likely not getting that money because it's essentially a donation that got intermingled into her funds, and she's going to use her funds how she wants to. Her dad said he's already paid the Airbnb cost and he's not going to do it again. That is a smart move by the dad. I understand, because she literally problem solved. She's like, I have a $7,000 bill. Daddy came to my rescue. Daddy paid it. I can do another $7,000 bill, and Daddy will come to the rescue, and he'll pay it. Because he loves me. No, Daddy has some tough love and needs to say no. He said his daughter is 31 and needs to get herself out of her own mess and figure out how to make it right. She chimed in that the 7K is gone and asked how she would possibly pay us back. My brother refused to pay the screw up. Well, he's gonna end up paying it eventually. Once they're married and it becomes joint finances, her money is his money and his money is her money. And If she's going to pay these people back, it's most likely going to be from him. Um, while I love that everyone is finally forcing this bee to be an adult, I would like to have my money back. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it unless she magically wins the lottery or gets a real job. For those that ask, there is nothing we can do legally. We're all willingly paid a fixed amount and would have nothing. We'll have to move mountains and spend more money to sue. Plus, while she's incredibly shady and terrible friend, she technically didn't do anything wrong that we can prove. That is true. You donated towards her cause, and it's her money at that point. Legally, I don't think you have a leg to stand on. And also, that's a lot of time, effort, and money to do for $650. Now on to the bridesmaid. After some threats from my mom, sister-in-law finally contacted the bridesmaid of the groups, and she sent a text that made my skin crawl. Oh my god. Here's the official message. Hey ladies! You're my bride squad, and I feel compelled to share that my dad recently offered to pay for both our accommodations, for our bachelorette accommodations. However, being that the wedding is so expensive, I decided to put his donation towards my wedding expense, and I hope you all understand that I can't wait to party with you next week. AKA, I'm still using your money for my intended purposes, and I'm using Daddy's money for what I want. AKA, you're still funding this bachelorette trip. I said, oh hell no. I immediately replied back, making sure everyone knew the expense was an ice sculpture, an ice swan. Come on, people. Many of them expressed how they would have loved to use that $650 for something more important, but ultimately no one backed out. One of the girls started a side chat without the bride and asked if there was any chances of us getting our money back if we forced sister-in-law to cancel the reservation. Unfortunately, since we're only a week out, we weren't eligible for a refund. They decided to go through with the bachelorette, or else it would be literally $650 down the drain. As for myself, in the same beat, I would rather run myself over than go on this trip, but $650 is not a small amount, and I can't fathom throwing it down the drain. I have made my final decision yet. If I haven't made my final decision, if I do go, I will solely be to avoid eating the $650 plus my airfare. Oh, so it is an airfare destination. And I will not be doing any of the planned events or outfits contributing even $1 more. I'll have my own mini vacation the best I can. Amen, sister. Do it. Go enjoy yourself. If you're locked into this, go make it yours. I'm really upset, and it seems like this crazy person is going to get their way after all. Oof. 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 Okay, there's a mini update. Many of you are curious commenting going on, so I wanted to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded. Among the bridesmaids, if they bought the wedding gifts, return them for a refund ASAP. Exactly, Fox. Like I would go on that. Like if I was locked in, I would go on the trip and do exactly what this bridemaid is doing, the sister-in-law. Enjoy myself, not hang out with this Bridezilla, and then I wouldn't go to the wedding. I'd return the gift, and I wouldn't go to the wedding because I got scammed. There are so many curious comments coming in, but I wanted to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded amongst the bridesmaids. The side text without the bride popped off, and we're all agreeing to the following. We will be going on the trip, but it is no longer a bachelorette trip. We will all be taking personal vacations with our hubbies or significant others while staying at the property. We were forced into this beachfront mansion airport, so we're gonna make the most of it. Amen. We've all backed out of hosting and paying for the bridal shower. The bride will need to find another way to move forward if she wants to have it. We will attend as guests if she has it, and we will not be gifting anything. Mother of the bride absolutely furious. More on this later. We're letting the bride know she needs to cancel Ice Swan and give us our money back. After some more research, we doubt that all of the 7K went towards alleged Ice Swan, but because it doesn't seem like they cost that much. That does seem pretty heavy. Like, how big is this Ice Swan? I would think that that's like 1K, maybe 2K at the most. If you're having them set it up and clean it up, maybe 1K, or a K and change. So that does seem like, yeah, exactly. Like, is this thing like ginormous? Is it ginormous? I once met a dude who got like an ice luge for a party for doing shots off an ice luge. I think that was a couple $100, he said. Oh, alright. I won't be back for a while because I want to save the next update, so stay tuned. Fun fact, this is not my update, but I thought you guys might like to know that Bored Panda picked up this story. Ooh, an influencer picked up the story. I'll be back around Tuesday with my final post about the trip. Okay. Okay, new final update number 6. The absolute tea I have today. It took me so long to write this because I am at an utter loss for words. Get your teacups ready, guys. This is spicy. Where to begin? Let me start. There is no Ice Swan. There never was an Ice Swan. It was all an elaborate fabrication designed to distract everyone from where the missing 7K actually went. Rip Ice Swan. Uh-oh. Turns out there was a reason behind the sister-in-law's bachelorette location. Here's what happens. All the bridesmaids showed up to the beachfront mansion with our significant others. Sister-in-law had already been made aware that it was no longer a bachelorette, but to our complete shock, she was still stunned that we actually meant it. She thought they were bluffing. She arrived in her pre-booked limo, absolutely fuming that no one else showed up to the limo meeting spot at the airport. She was the only one still sticking to the original itinerary. Then she was flabbergasted that the husband SOs were here with us. It was a comedy show at best. Interesting. So, like, she's like very delulu if she didn't think you guys were serious about not wanting to hang out with her. Like, she's delulu. But where did the money go? This is gonna get interesting. Anyways, we went about our individual mini vacations. Eventually somebody realized it had been about 48 hours since anyone had seen sister-in-law. I assumed she was mad and either flew home or went to stay somewhere else. That would be a blessing. The unthinkable unfolds. Sister-in-law rolls up in the driveway in a wheelchair, being pushed by 2 female nurses. The entire group jumped into action thinking something horrible happened. Everyone ran over to see what was going on, but the nurses ushered us away and wheeled sister-in-law to her room. At this point, we were very concerned, while banging on the door asking her if she's okay. The nurses eventually leave and say legally they cannot reveal the nature of her health issue and assure us she's fine. I call my brother and my mom, and I get no answer. I finally decide to call her mom, aka the mother of the bride, who is furious that we took over the bachelorette party. Mother of the bride reveals what actually took place. She isn't sick. She didn't have health issues. There was no accident. She got her boobs done. She spent other people's hard-earned money to get upgrades on her boobas. Monka, stop. Yes, she scammed her bridal party for boobs. I can't even. This gato is at a loss for words. I would not attend that wedding. I would return the gift. Like, I will enjoy the fuck out of the rest of that beachfront vacation. I don't want to see this woman. I don't want to talk to her. Like, none of them consented to funding freaking boobas. This is insane. Yes, folks, you read that correctly. She had planned, as part of her original itinerary, to disappear for an afternoon and return with a new set of melons. I'm sorry, what? The location of the beachfront mansion is conveniently 5 minutes away from a very famous cosmetic surgeon. The reason she needed this giant-ass property was not to really host 11 girls, it was to host 11 girls plus surgery and recovering nurses and a personal chef she had reserved for the operation. Oh god, even a personal chef? What the fuck? Nurses and a personal chef? Also, it's like, boobas aren't that expensive. So that makes sense why it ballooned up to 7K. Because it's also getting nurses to take care of you and a chef to feed you. There's so much more that I need to unpack. I honestly don't know where to begin. What was her mother's knowledge involvement in all this? Oh, her mother knew. There's no way her mother didn't know. Like, what was the cost of the procedure? I'm guessing around 7K. And why was it meant to be part of the bachelorette? Getting ballooned up for the wedding, yep. What was the purpose of the ice swan lie? To distract and not let everyone know that she was actually getting boobs on their dime. 100%. Will the bridesmaid and myself pursue legal action? I don't think they have any. I don't think you have or can. Where does this leave my brother? Is this lady okay mentally? Was this a horrible misplaced cry for attention? Was it an FU to the bridesmaids? Somehow? No, this is influencer brain rot. As an influencer, I can attest to you're gonna try to do things to improve your content. And if you are a female Instagram influencer who likes to thirst trap, upgraded pair of boobas will do that. But how are you going to fund those? With other people's money when you're broke. Being an influencer really gives people brain rot. 100% cheesy bread cat. 100% it gives people brain rot and entitlement. It's stupid. Where does this leave my brother? Oh, we already read that. So many questions remain. I only have a few hours back from this trip, and all this information I have right now. I was intended this to be my final update. I just want to say thank you all for the support, advice, bags of popcorn, and funny input. This has been a wild ride, and I'm glad I could share it with you. So far, we had this crazy ordeal packed up by a news... Oh, they got it picked up by a news org? Uh-oh. That means doxing involved. Uh-oh. They're gonna find out who you are. multiple podcasts and a magazine picked this up. Yeah, because this is one spicy ass news story. I literally want to write a book about this experience. I already revealed a great deal of info, and to protect my brother's privacy moving forward, I think I need to step away from the update. That's probably a smart. Like, if your brother's still intending on marrying this, marrying this woman, that's probably a smart thing that she ended the story here. All right, Gatos. This is not my usual cup of tea. But as I always look for exciting drama and content for you guys, this one was just too spicy not to share. This tea was piping hot, and it just shows how influencer plus Bridezilla equals the ultimate brain rot. So, if you guys are in the process of getting married, please be kind to your bridal party. Do not debate them into paying for your own boob job and extorting them. Like, be the giga woman that this poster was. Try to cover as much cost as you can, because everybody's struggling. Inflation is tough. Well, that was a ride. I'm gonna try to never forget all about it. I told you, Liam. I told you this was. This is some top tier tea. This is some top tier tea, and I was like, I need to share this with the Gatos. I need to share this with the Gatos. So there you are, Gatos.